I have the first side done, and I put the contrasting color, it's pin number 2, and I'll put it over here again at pin number 7, and I'll go down the other side. Now all 12 bobbins are done. If you have to, you can always go back to my first one, which is torsion ground, or the second one with the diamond, because they all start the same way. Now the next row we're going to do will be the one that goes down the side of the spider, and it's done like you did on the other ones. You take the next 2 in sequence, cross twist, set a pin, cross twist, and then continue down the side just like we did before. The only difference is the color one is in position 2 instead of position 4, and you just keep going down. Now if you notice on the pattern, this one has a bunch of little, let me enlarge it, bunch of little dots around the circle. That's the way this designer had said you want to make a cross, twist, cross, pin, cross, twist, cross. That is going to cause the orange to go the other direction just like it did in the diamond, and you can always get a refresher by looking at the diamond one. So it's cross, twist, cross, set a pin, cross, twist, cross. Cross one more time. Now it's going this direction. So let's finish up the last one. So we do that double twist and then cross, twist, cross, because I like to add that extra strength along the back edge, the side edges. Optional, I like to do it. Cross, twist, cross, and an extra twist. Okay, now this side is done. Now I'm going to repeat it going down this way. Now you notice on this one, the same thing, the dot with a circle around it. So this will be the cross, twist, cross, just like the other side, because we got to get the thread to go this direction. So it's cross, twist, cross, set a pin, cross, twist, cross. I see I must have made a mistake because see it went the wrong way. So let's undo it. So what you do is you see where your bobbins are. So the orange went over and then the 2 beige and then the orange. Let's take the pin out and repeat it. Okay, so now we're back to where we were before. Oh, I see what I did. I used these 2 instead of these 2. It doesn't take much to take them back out, so just take them out and then look to see what you did. So now it's cross, twist, cross, set a pin, cross, twist, cross, twist. There. Then we do our edge. Now our edge is done. Now let's set all these bobbins aside because we don't need them. Okay, so now we got to start the spider because the next stitch we need to do is this one. Well, first we have to, that's it, yeah, we have to go here and the same on this side, and then we can fill in these triangles. So let's get our bobbin set up to do our spider. These have to get out of the way. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the bobbins in between the orange are the ones we're going to use. And then bring them down a little bit because you want to have a little bit of maneuverability room because you're going to be working with all of these bobbins together but yet not together. And I'll explain that after I get these wound down a little ways. One more. Okay, so we're still going to work with 4 at a time. To start with, we do the first 4. So make sure our cross is on it. Also, you have to make 1 extra twist on each one. because there's a long distance in between, so they ask you to do another twist, so that kind of helps take up the space. So we're going to do a cross stitch, which is cross, twist, cross, and then do it again with these two, cross, twist, cross, not setting any pins, cross, twist, cross. Okay, one leg of the spider's done. Now we go back to the next leg, cross, twist, cross, cross, twist, cross, cross, twist, cross. And you see how the yarns are going this direction? Okay, now we do the last one. Cross, twist, cross, cross, twist, cross, cross, twist, cross. Now you see the pins, the bobbins on the right are now on the left, and the bobbins on the left are now on the right. And you can see it has this really cute little diamond type shape here. Now it's kind of hard to go like this and get them all to go up there together. So what I do is I get myself a pen with a different color top that helps me to delineate. Go inside and find that center dot and put that pin in that center dot. And then bring all your bobbins down. Then what I do at this point is I put my finger under the pin and start pulling the bobbins. Not super tight, but pulling them. See how the threads are kind of getting in. These threads will be moving in a minute. See how it's moved? Now the next one. Oops. Now that put the spider on either side of the red pin. Now we're going to repeat it for the bottom half of the spider, doing the exact same thing. And I have a little bit of trouble with the bottom half of the spider not cooperating. Here, at least you got that pin to help get your threads lined up. All right, let's separate them out again. So we're going to use the middle four just like before. Cross, twist, cross, cross, twist, cross, cross, twist, cross. Now put that one aside, and we're going to come back to the bobbin number 2. Cross, twist, cross, cross, twist, cross, oops, cross, twist, cross. Now we're done with those. Now we got these done. We have just these two left. So it's cross, twist, cross, cross, twist, cross, cross, twist, cross. Now you can't pull on it a little bit to get them up there, but see, it still doesn't make a real smooth finish. So what I do is the same thing. I put my finger there and pull on each of them. You can't really see it because it's under your finger, but it helps bring those, put my finger here instead. It helps pull all these threads into position. Now others do it different ways. I just found that works best for me. Okay, so there's my spider. Now what we have to do is do the other legs of the spider, and that's where the orange comes in. So let's go back and get our orange. Open them up a little bit. I always add an extra twist on this one because we've got this space in here to fill too, and I found an extra twist helps fill in that space. And you're supposed to do an extra twist on each of your spider legs, just like before. Okay, my extra twist. So then it's cross, twist, cross, because I like to lock it into place. That extra cross really, no, I can't do that extra one. Why am I doing that? Then cross, twist. And now you see this is still going this way. If I did the cross, twist, cross, my orange would have went that direction. So we didn't want to do that. Gotta fix this thread real quick. Okay, so now we're going to do the next one, which is the second ones. And then we'll do these two. So it's cross, twist, set a pin, cross, twist. And we do the last one, cross, twist, set a pin, cross, twist. Now we've got to go over to the other side and do the same thing on the other side. It's going down this way to come to that middle point, number 27. So we start with the cross, twist, set a pin, cross, twist, cross, twist. Sometimes it doesn't like to cooperate. Set a pin, cross, twist, cross, twist, set a pin, cross, twist. Now you can take and kind of adjust it a little bit. See, it's kind of opened up a little bit through there. I like to adjust it, so I get a pin and I kind of pull these up like this, and then do the same on the other side. So that kind of puts a spider in the middle. And then we finish the last one. Cross, twist, cross. I like to anchor these. So I do a cross, twist, cross, set my pin, cross, twist, cross. So now I got a nice anchor for this spider to be done. So if I take this out, normally you don't, but I just take it out so you can actually see the spider in there. And if it's still not as tight as you want it, do the same thing. Get a pin or something up there and pull on them a little bit more. And that'll kind of help get them up where they're supposed to be. You can add an extra twist. Sometimes that'll help too before you do your spider. It takes time to figure out what works best for you. Okay, now I've got the spider done. Before we can start the next spider, we have to fill in the torsion ground on the sides. So let's go over here. And we got to go this way, because if you take your next two bobbins, you can see where it crosses. So let's get that out of the way. And get our twist in there, and then do cross, twist, set a pin, cross, twist, and that one's done. Now we do the next one. Cross, twist, set a pin, cross, twist, set the next one, cross, twist, cross, twist. Now the next one we go to is going to be the orange, because that would be the next in line, and that's going to go down the other spider. So we do a cross, twist, set a pin, cross, twist. Okay, so now that one's ready. Let's go back to the beginning, because we have to continue working this direction at this point. Get our two twists, cross, twist, cross. Cross, twist, cross. I need to lengthen these. All right, so let's go to the next. Cross, twist, set a pin, cross, twist, cross, twist, set a pin, cross, twist. Now the next one is the orange. Cross, twist, set a pin in the next leg of the spider, cross, twist. And go back to the beginning again. Extra twist, cross, twist, cross. Set a pin, cross, twist, cross, and that extra twist. Okay. Cross, twist, set a pin, cross, twist. Now you see we're back to that circle with the dots around it. So we do the same thing, cross, twist, cross, because that gets both of the orange to the side. Now when we do it again, cross, twist, cross, now our orange is going to go this direction, so now we can go down this side of the spider, but we're not doing that yet. Okay, now we're going to complete this other side. Now I'm back to the next dot with the circles around it. So do the same thing, cross, twist, cross. And as you see, the orange is still going to the right. After you set a pin and do cross, twist, cross, now it's going to go the other direction. Set these aside, because now we're only going to work with these three. We just keep slowly working our way down the side. think this is the last. I got one more to do. Yeah, one right there. Okay, so now that one's done. Let's get these to the side and let's see where we're at. Okay, we're the same as before. This time there's only 4 legs inside instead of the 6 legs. So we do the same thing. We do our spider again, bring it down to here, and then we start separating it just like we did before. Now we're going to do the 4-legged spider. Same thing, the extra twist. Then it's cross, twist, cross, cross, twist, cross. Now one leg is done. Now let's go do leg number 2, cross the top. Okay, so now that one's done. Take your pin and put it in the hole in the center, just like we did before. But now this time, there's only 4 legs, not 6. So a lot of times just brushing down on the bobbins kind of lays that nice and flat. Now we separate them out and do the other leg, other half of the leg. Cross, twist, cross, cross, twist, cross. And the other leg, cross, twist, cross, cross, twist, cross. And pull it up just like we did before. 4 always seems to pull a little easier than 6. There. Now we add the extra twist. Oh, we don't have the extra twist, so let's put the extra twist on each of these. Okay, so now we have the 2 twists. And we're going to go down the side. Cross, twist. This is just like we did before. Cross, twist. I can keep the bobbins from tangling. Cross, twist. Cross, twist. Okay, those 2 legs are done. Now we need to do the other 2 legs. Cross, twist. So you go back and forth a lot of times when you're doing a spider. Instead of just continuously taking your bobbins and going straight across this way, you have to stop in between to do other bobbins in order to get your pieces lined up. Like with a spider, you have to do one set of legs, and then you have to do the other set of legs, and then you join the legs together at the bottom. Like I said, I do the extra cross because I like to add that little extra security right there at the bottom. That's my choice. Cross, twist, cross, and then you have to do the twist in order to get your the twist on it right there. Okay, so now you slide these aside. Now we're going to continue on here, where you come down here just like we did before, and after you do those done, then you do the ones on this side. So as I did before, I went ahead and did all of these plus the orange, and I did the cross, twist, crossed here to set the pin. That way, when I went to do the second half, now the bobbins are going this way. So at this point, then you would continue on doing the same thing on this side. Okay, those are done. Let's set a pin to hold those. Now we come back over here and do it again. And do the orange one. I can find the place. Now we're down to 3. Just about finished. Now we've got to the circle with the dot around it again, which means we do cross, twist, cross. We have to add that extra cross. And then repeat it, cross, twist, cross. And that brings the orange over to this side. And finish this last one. Cross, twist, cross. Okay, so that has our second spider done and our second triangle. Now, I made one error right there. I don't know if you can see it, but I forgot to do the cross. Let me enlarge this so you can see right there. I forgot to do a cross there, and then when you don't do a cross, it doesn't twist like it's supposed to, like it should here. But I want to thank you for watching. I hope this was informative. You can always go back and rewind it and look again. Stop and pause in between each section so you have a chance to work on them. And if you like my channel, please subscribe to it and click notifications so the next time one is available, you'll be one of the first to know. If I take some of the pins out, give you an idea of what the inside looks like. Let me get this one. I won't take any of the other pins out because I like the design to kind of set and rest a little bit before I take it apart. That way everything kind of stays where it's supposed to be. But there, now you can see what the diamond around the spider looks like with the spider. And that extra twist helps right there. It kind of gives you a little more. Now you can do another twist because this is a long leg. You could do 2, 2, and 3 twists if you like. Here, as you can see, I forgot to do the second twist so that we don't have that extra twist there. So when you make a mistake, it's pretty obvious. Now you can unwind all this like I did in that one spot where I made a mistake. And you can take it all the way back up there and redo it, or leave it the way it is and just say this is one of your practice pieces, but you did an excellent job making them. I won't be finishing this particular bobbin lace bookmark because it is oversized. As you can tell, let me switch this down. It is definitely oversized from the ones I normally make. So I'm just going to keep the 2 that I've already got.